Namaste and welcome to Returning Home Yoga with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette and we are continuing today with our Gentle Beginner Yoga series. This is video number 3 and today we're going to be pretty earth or floor based. So I will also be using a couple of props today. If you have a yoga strap or yoga tie, please take the time to get it. And also if you have any yoga blocks, and if you don't, a couple of firm, thick books will work quite well for you. And yeah, always the blanket for covering up in Shavasana or when we're seated, propping up the sits bones. All right, so as you come back to your mat with your props, I invite you to lay onto your back. Now you might place the blanket under your knees if that will aid in any low back discomfort that you might have. You could have your legs bent, whatever is most comfortable for you. The hands, the thumbs can rest right around the belly button, and the rest of the fingers could rest down towards the feet. And as you settle onto the mat, take the time to create straightness in your spine. And that might mean that you need to lift the pelvis a little and wiggle around. Roll your legs in some way, shape, or form, eventually allowing them to rest outwards. That helps to create a little more space in the hip joints. And then lifting the head a little on an inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the chin in a little closer to throat, lower the head back down for a little bit more length through the back of the neck. Run the tongue along teeth and gums. Maybe even open your mouth wide. And create a whole bunch of movement to allow the jaw to begin to let go. From there, we take a few moments to simply notice the areas of the back body that are in connection to the ground. And the areas of the heels and the feet. The backs of the legs, areas of the buttocks and the back of the torso, areas of the arms that are in connection to the mat, to the ground, and of course areas of the head, shoulders. And you might notice that your body is really settling into the support of the floor beneath it and the energetic support of the earth beneath you. We begin to notice the natural rhythm of breath. Does the belly expand into the hands naturally? It may or may not, and that's okay. And at some point, beginning to consciously deepen the breath. And resting attention into the belly. On each inhalation, see if it's possible for the belly to expand. And on each exhalation, feeling the softening and the letting go. Continuing at your own rhythm. Each inhalation an opportunity for the the belly to expand. Each inhalation an opportunity for fresh oxygen and nutrients to fill into the body. And with each exhale, there's an opportunity for the belly, of course, to deflate, and the rest of the body to soften and to release more fully into the support that's under it. Just a few more rounds of this abdominal breathing. Very, very powerful breath to calm anxiety. A very helpful breath to practice while you're trying to fall asleep, if you tend to have difficulties. Without rushing the process, please complete the current cycle of breath you're on. And as it completes, notice how the breath returns to breathing the body without control. You might feel that your mind is a little more here in your body. Your body has begun to release stress and tension. From there, please bend your knees one at a time. Feet come about hip distance apart. The toes are straight ahead. Arms come alongside you. Inhale, the arms straight up and overhead. Exhale them beside you. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead again. Pause here as you exhale. See if the backs of the hands, finger and thumbnails can connect to the ground. Inhale, lengthen from hips to the fingertips. As you exhale, arms come up and beside you. Letting the arms relax. Moving into some pelvic rolls. As you inhale, bring the tailbone towards the navel and feel the low back pressing into the ground. As you exhale, reverse that movement so you feel a little bit of a lift of the low back. Your hands might slide under there for a moment. As you inhale, tailbone comes towards the belly button. And feel the connection of low back into the ground. Exhale, reversing. Inhale. Feeling the low back. Slowly find the mat. Exhaling. Feel the arch. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhaling. And the next 2 rounds at the rhythm of your own breath. Using the inhale to create the lengthening through the low back. Pausing at the bottom of your exhale, or your top of your inhale, I should say. And as you exhale, feel the movement and breath as one. When your inhale surfaces, begin to feel how the back with the breath connects closer into the support of the floor. And as you exhale, feel the movement in the breath, one and the same. Let's actually do one more. Go ahead, use your in-breath. As you exhale, see if the length of the movement and the length of the exhale can become the same. This time, as the inhale surfaces, bring the body back into that neutral spinal starting position. And this time, we'll create that movement, those pelvic rolls with the arms lifting up and over the head. As you inhale, tilt the tailbone, arms begin to rise. You might feel that your buttocks lift a little, that's fine. As you exhale, begin the lowering of arms, the lowering of the back. And as the arms come closer to the ground, feel how the low back rises. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Let the arms rest. Inhale, bring the low back into its neutral starting position. And let's take the foot soles together. On an exhale, lower the legs out and away from each other. Supine, bound angle pose, also known as reclined bound angle or reclined butterfly. And let's take a full deep inhale. Big sigh. With helping hands, the inhale brings the legs together. And the exhale, we pause. Moving bridge, Sarubandasana. Your feet come quite close to the buttocks if possible. Toes are straight ahead. And again, the feet are about that hip distance apart. Create a little broadening across the shoulder blades, not too much, just a little. And that lengthening through the back of the neck. Anchor through your arms and feet. Inhale, begin to tilt the tailbone, lift the pelvis up off the ground. Lifting the back right up between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, lower down, vertebra by vertebra. As slowly as you can with breath. When you reach the lumbar spine, feel that tuck of the tailbone again. And as it connects, let the tailbone just shift back into that neutral position. Press through the feet and arms. Inhale, lifting the pelvis, lifting the back body. As high as what feels available for you. Exhale, lower. Slowly, literally be with the vertebra as they reconnect. And let's do one more. Anchor through arms and feet. Inhale. Try to keep the knees above your ankles. They might want to pop open to the sides. Exhale, lower. As you lower, find that neutral position for the pelvis and allow a few moments of integration. Noticing any shifts or changes within your body that movement has created. It might not be noticeable. However, you might notice that there's more ease or there's some sort of movement happening within body. As we move into moving bridge once again, we're going to add the arms this time. Now, if you find that's too much for shoulders or to make the movement together, then keep the arms alongside you. And if you feel you would prefer just to go back to those pelvic rolls, then that is fine as well. Anchor through the feet. Inhale, begin to peel the spine up off the ground. Feel the arms lifting. Arms come right up overhead if you can. Exhale, spine connects, arms rise, and we lower. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Nice. As the body lands fully, straightening through the legs, let the arms find a position that feels comfortable. Take an inhale into the belly. Nice sighing exhale. As you inhale, bring the arms to sky. Exhale, one arm crosses over the other as the hands find the shoulders. Begin to roll one shoulder off the ground and then the other. If it's available in body, on your exhale, lift the head and shoulders. Tuck the chin and continue that rolling action. At any time you can lower down if need to, always listening to your body. Pause at the center if you're lifted, and on an exhale, maybe you lift a little higher. You might notice there's lots of shaking within you. That is normal. As you're ready, the inhale lowers the head. The exhale, pause. Notice the arm cross to the top. Inhale them up. And as you exhale, out in a T position. Bring attention right into the center of the chest. Inhale into that space. As you exhale, feel energy from the heart center space across the chest, down the arms. Begin to extend through fingers and thumbs, seeing if you can get the backs of your hands to connect to the ground. Maintain that position of hands. Inhale back into the center of the chest, Anahata chakra region. Exhale from the chest, feel lines of energy moving across through the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands. One more like that, please. Inhale. Exhale, really feeling the lengthening right from the center of the chest, down through the arms into hands. Let's take another in-breath. As you sigh, let your fingers, hands, arms relax. Inhale, arms back to sky. Exhale, recross so the other arm is to the top. Feel the hands wrapping the shoulders. And again, we begin the rolling action. One shoulder comes off the ground and then the other. As you're ready, an exhale lifts the head and shoulders. And the chin tucks and that movement continues. Coming back to center, pause. On an exhale, you might lift a little higher. Using your in-breath, slowly begin to lower. As you exhale, pause. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, open them out into that T shape. Turn your palms down this time. Make any adjustments you need to for comfort. Inhale, heart center. Exhaling from the heart center, cross the chest, down through the arms, into the hands. See if more and more of the palms, fingers can touch into the ground. And again, inhale. Exhale, see if you can tune in to the lines of energy moving from the heart center through the center of the torso, out through the shoulders, into the arms, and down into the hands. Let's take one more breath like that. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling how active your body becomes. The arms, the torso. Let's take another breath in. Exhale. Let everything relax in whatever way it needs to. As you inhale, sweep your arms up over the head. As you exhale, flex at your ankle joint so the toes face upward. Interlace your fingers so it feels strange. Turn your palms away from you and begin to feel all your muscles hugging into bones. Take a deep inhale, squeeze muscles into bones. Big exhale, let everything go. Notice what's happening inside the body. Same thing, we inhale. Interlace the fingers so it feels more normal. As you exhale, turn your palms away from you. This time, point your toes far, far away. Feel the muscles hugging back into the bones, and it'll feel different when the toes are pointed. Just noticing what that's like. Take the big inhale. Big exhale. Just letting everything go. Good, let's bend the knees. Draw them into your chest. Wrap arms around legs. A little massage side to side. Hands are resting on the knees. Let's begin to create sacrum circles. So by making the circle shape, you'll feel the bone at the base of the spine. It's kind of triangular shaped, being massaged. The next time you come back to the starting position, change direction. And from there, re-hugging legs back to body. Lift the head, lengthen the neck, lower it back down. Widen the legs. Position them so the foot soles are facing up towards the sky. Either reach for the calves, the ankles, under the knees, or maybe you can reach to the baby toe or even the big toe edges of feet. Either is fine. From there, we recreate length through the back of the neck and maybe re-roll side to side. And on an exhale, let's bring the foot soles together. Broaden the collarbones. Re-lengthen through back of neck. Come back to the experience of breathing consciously.
On an inhale, bring the legs together. Place feet on the ground. And take a moment to reach for your yoga tie. Or if you don't have a yoga tie, a bathrobe, tie works, towel works, whatever you might have. Bring one leg into the chest. Take the tie around your foot. And begin to flex at the ankle so the toes come towards your head. Take your, whatever leg is lifted, take that hand, wrap it around the tie. Take the tail of the tie around the wrist. Open the thumb and place the tie inside. Now your back might prefer your legs to stay like this. Or if it's available to exhale, you can straighten your other one onto the ground. Both feet are flexed at your ankle, so the toes are coming towards the head. And maybe the toes could spread a little. Now, if you find that when you lift the leg straight up in the air, the knee is bent quite significantly, I highly recommend that you use your tie to lower the leg towards the ground a degree that the knee can be straight. Might be a little bit easier and a little bit more beneficial for the body. Now let's take 2 more breaths here. Let's take a breath in, release the hold a little that you have on the tie. As you exhale, extend through the heel. Feel your low belly engage as you lower the leg to the ground. Once it's lowered, let the tie go and take a moment to see if there's any difference from one leg to the other. From there, you just might pick up the tie, take your other foot and bring it through, and go ahead and lift the other leg, rebend, so your other leg is bent on the ground, and begin to get a sense whether you'll be holding with your leg quite straight, like so, or whether you need to bring the leg away from the body, a little or a lot, to create a straighter and straighter leg. This particular posture is pretty intense if we've never practiced yoga or are very new to it. If you've run a lot or done a lot of activity in your life, quite often these hamstring muscles become quite intensely tight. On an exhale, you can straighten your other leg if that feels okay in your back, flexing at the ankle joint of both feet. Arm can come out in that half T shape, and we come back to the breath. And the beauty about yoga is the more we practice, the more ease that we create, the more space that we create in the body. As you're ready, your exhale. You can really strongly extend through that lifted heel. The low belly is hugging the spine as the leg lowers. We pause and we take a few moments to integrate. To integrate and to notice whether the legs feel a little bit more even now in length. Maybe there's a little more space within them. From there, we'll take the other foot back around the thigh. We'll re-lift it. We'll bend the other leg. Second variation of a leg stretch pose. We'll take the opposite hand to tie. And again, you can still take the tail of it around the pinky finger side of the hand. Open the thumb and place it in so that you have a nice strong grip with no flexion in the wrist joint. Again, you can keep the other leg bent, or you could use an exhale to straighten. Let's inhale. As you exhale, take the lifted leg across the body just a little. Something so that the ankle aligns with the shoulder. And for most people, this creates a lot of sensation in through either the gluteal area, down the outer leg, maybe into the calf. So we work with the breath to create more and more space in those areas that are really intensely tight. Now on the exhale, we can take the leg a little further over. And just playing with what the sensation is like. If it's super intense, you might ease off a little. If you don't have a lot of sensation, then use your exhale and maybe take the leg quite far over into the twist variation. Come back to the breath again and again. Really important. Breath is everything. Good. On your next inhale, leg lifts. As we exhale, we pause. Changing hands. Again, take the tie, wrap it around that pinky edge of the hand, open the thumb, place the tie around it so you have a nice firm grip again. Let's bend the straight leg. Inhale. As you exhale, open the legs away from each other. So your bent leg will go one direction, the straight will go opposite. And what you'd like to do here is to prevent your body from flopping over. You'd really like to see if you can anchor through the sacrum, through the buttocks. And so if there's that tippy action happening, what that means is you need to bring your leg further up so that you can maintain this balanced position within the pelvis. Let's have 2 more breaths here. On your inhale, the leg lifts. As you exhale, begin to extend through the heel, lower the leg with control down to the ground. Let the other leg lengthen and give the legs a roll. And we will switch legs. Other leg lifts to that sky, utilizing the tie. Opposite hand comes around it. Take the tie around that pinky edge of the hand, open the thumb, and find your strong grip. On an exhale, if it feels appropriate still, that leg can straighten, the one closest to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, take the lifted leg across the body. Again, just enough so you feel sensation. Excuse me. Ankle comes somewhat in line with shoulder, perhaps, maybe not. Really, really essential that you continue to listen to the body, especially in this pose. It can be so, so intense. And it might mean that your body just needs to have a little bit less intensity. On an exhale, when you're ready, explore the leg going a little further over. And again, if it's too much, come up a little or locked. If it's not too much, then the exhale can take the leg quite far over, so we find the twist variation of leg stretch pose. On your inhale next time, let's bring the leg up. Exhale, pause, change hands. Bend the leg that's on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, open the legs away from each other. Again, notice how the low belly hugs into the spine to prevent a flopping over to the side. And if that flopping does want to happen, again, you just want to lift your leg a little higher. Next inhale, let's slowly bring legs together. Exhale, lower leg. Other leg straightens to meet it. You might need another big sighing breath. It's taking this time so the body can absorb what's new and different. And the breath helps us to release what no longer serves the body. Let's bend the knees. Draw them into chest. And we have that little roll side to side. From here, let's flex at the ankles. Bring the arms into a T shape. Now, if this is too intense, please bring your feet onto the ground for this deeper recline twist. Inhale. Exhale, keep the legs touching as they go over one side. Now again, when it feels like they're going to flop to the ground, pause. Use an inhale, bring the legs through center. And exhale over the other side. And again, you don't want to flop. You want to use your core strength or build core strength to prevent the flopping. Inhale through center. Exhale over the other side. Legs keep touching, and you try to keep both of your shoulder blades also touching the ground. Inhale through center. Exhale other side. So we're moving as slowly as we can. You might discover you go further over. Inhale through center. Exhale other side. And we're going to see if we can hover for a couple of breaths. Good. On your next inhale, anchor through the shoulders. Keep the legs touching. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Try to stay anchored through the upper torso. Find that position where you can hold. Come back to your breath. Next inhale, the legs are still hugging in, touching each other. Inhale through center. Exhale over the other side as slowly as you can. And this time you're going to see if you can let the legs land onto the ground. Now, if they don't go with ease, you can use that block. You can use your blanket to support the legs. So it looks something like this, perhaps. Once you settle the legs, your head might turn opposite. Come back to the breath. Maintain a gentle flexion at the ankles. Preparing to come through center, legs hug. Feel as you inhale how the belly automatically engages. Feel the legs lifting. Come through center where you're going to pause for a moment. If you utilize the blanket or the prop on the other side, then go ahead and switch. Inhale. Exhale, slowly the legs go over, as slow as you can take them. See if your opposite shoulder can stay touching the ground. Quite possibly it'll lift, and that's okay. We just have the action of it staying connected. Head could look opposite direction as once again we reconnect to the breath. Preparing to come back through center. The legs still hug. Feel the in-breath engage your core as you come through. As you exhale, slowly lower the feet. Take the time to adjust the body so the spine feels straight. Bring the knees to touch each other and let the feet walk away to the edges of mat. Arms can rest alongside you. You might prefer them to rest on belly. A sigh again might need to be expressed as the body integrates. From here on an inhale, walk the feet together. And as you exhale, they come to touch as the legs open away from each other. Now, when you open into this position, your legs are really, really lifted, you could use books or the blocks or blankets to let the legs rest. So at the moment, we're taking more of a restorative reclined bound angle. Hence the reason I invite you to use something under your legs. Cushions work, blankets, whatever you have. And if you have nothing, then just really pay attention that if and when the legs start to shake a lot, that's your body saying, okay, please come out. So you'll just use an inhale to bring the legs up and then an exhale to straighten them. 3 more rounds of breath here, please. On an inhale with helping hands, please bring the legs together. And on an exhale, straightening. Take the time to roll the legs. So as we move into the supported bridge pose, we utilize a block or the book, whatever you might have. Even a blanket might work if you use the book and then the blanket on top of it. So you just press through the feet. You slide the block under your sacrum. So not the low back, but the sacrum. So the sacrum, as I mentioned earlier, is that triangular shaped bone at the base of the spine. And when you settle it onto the prop, it should feel really, really comfortable. Your legs just stay bent and your arms can come alongside you, or you might prefer to have the arms out in a T position. Coming to the breath. And allowing or giving permission maybe for the pelvis to really relax and to sink into the support of the prop. Of course, if your body's just not happy with this position, then please remove the block, lay flat, knees bent, and you can come back to those pelvic rolls that we practiced earlier. Let's have 3 more rounds of breath. As they complete, bring the arms alongside body, press through feet, lift the buttocks, slide your prop from under you, lower to the ground, and pause. Your body may wish to simply straighten the legs. It might wish to hug the knees back into the chest. Whatever feels appropriate, please honor. And if your legs did hug into the chest for a little massage, eventually straighten them as we find our way into Shavasana. Again, you might place something under your knees if there's low back issues, discomfort in the low back. If you have blocks or blanket, you can place them under. A pillow works quite well. If you feel cold, always make sure you put a sweater on or cover up with a blanket of some sort. And your hands might rest back on the belly for long, slow inhalations, longer and slow exhalations. Let's inhale. Exhale. And continuing at your own pace. Long, slow inhalations. Longer and slower exhalations. Feeling the body soften and relax. If your mind tends to be busy, please stay with the breath. Coming back to the breath again and again when the mind interrupts this experience of complete non-doing, integration, and an opportunity for the body and mind to come into stillness. If your arms prefer to be away from the body a few inches with the palms up, please feel free to rest them there. Fingers can curl in, first fingers and thumbs lightly touching. Encourage softness around the facial features. Noticing again the areas of the body that are in contact to the ground. Inviting those exhalation portion of breath to bring more and more of the back body in connection to the surfaces beneath it. Slowly begin to notice the weight of the body support it, and the rhythm of breath as it ebbs and flows. Begin to deepen breath, wiggling toes and fingers, thumbs, ankles and wrists. Rotate. Maybe a full body stretch is needed. Reawakening the body in whatever way it needs. Eventually the legs come in and wrap arms. And a little side to side movement. Eventually one arm comes overhead. Roll body to that side. And the exhale with helping hands, please come to seated.
The eyes could be softly closed. We take a moment to notice our internal world, our breath. And perhaps the breath is filling into new space created within practice. Perhaps there's a sense of groundedness, a sense of really being in the body. Let's inhale, arms out and up. Exhale to heart. We close practice with a single Om and 3 Shantis. Join in if you're comfortable too. Inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. The word Shanti meaning peace. And the word Namaste, the light within me honors the light within you. Thanks so much for joining me. Feel free to leave comments down below. I do respond to them. And I'll look forward to seeing you in video number 4. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. And you could also hit the notifications that will alert you to when new videos are uploaded to my channel. Thanks again, and until next time, namaste.